Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel guys. Nice to be back on another video guys, as always. Great man. Yes, today we're gonna get stuck into converting a map from 2 times to 4 times. It's something that a lot of guys have been asking in the past, so I thought while I've got the project going for a friend of mine, if you guys recall the Frickley map that I've made, it's a sort of a farm in Doncaster in the UK. It's the only UK map I've ever made, and it was for a friend John that actually worked on the farm for many years, and he retired, so this is his like sort of his working environment, so I blessed him and made a map for him of that area, so we're going to take that map and make it 4 times, so scale it up a little bit. Take the existing 2 times map and we're going to drop it into the center of a 4 times map, and then obviously build the area around out for another kilometer, because if you put it in the center you've got a 1 kilometer edge all around your map. So that's basically the idea, and we're going to give it a try. I've done that once for someone else on a 16 times map. I took a 4 times map and I dropped it into the 16 times map. So I have done it before, and it was a great success. It's still a working map, so yeah, we're going to give that all a try, and I'm going to do it with you so you can see the process that I'm going through, and then just understand how everything works. It's actually very simple, but yeah, if you've got, it's like a machine. When you start it up, you follow the steps. You have to pull the choke a little bit, and you have to give it a bit of gas or whatever, and then the machine will start, so we're going to follow the process. Anyway, if this is your first time on the channel, a warm welcome to you. Great to have you here. Thanks for watching. Do pause the video right now and just hit subscribe. I do appreciate that, and that way you can always stay in touch of what we do. I also have a Discord channel with a lot of friendly, helpful guys. A lot of you guys that have been making maps is on the Discord channel, and we all try and help each other, so there's a place there to ask questions, and there's a place there to put your progress if you do little things and see what other guys are doing. So it's a nice little community that is there about map making. So if you have things that you want to ask the community, and 9 times out of 10 you will definitely have an answer to your question. Anyways guys, here we are. We're going to get stuck in. So what I've done, I've just done a little bit of prep work, not a lot. So in my mods folder I've got a 4 times map that we took out of, it's one of my start maps, and I've added multi-fruit to it. So there's nothing fancy about this. If you are looking for a start map, you can always go to my website. On every video description you will find my website, and in my website there's 2 FS19 and 1 FS22 folders for download. So you just go to downloads and then pick whatever game you want for FS22 for instance, and then all my downloads will be in there, so I've got about 3 start maps up there, which is very handy to have. Maybe 4, I can't really remember, but there is some nice start maps up there for you. A start map is just a blank map, and I have set it up for you to take it and build your own map on top of it. There is 1 or 2 playable start maps which already is set up with a shop and animal dealer and maybe a field, and some, I think I added some equipment on the 16 times one, but there's some nice start maps there to fiddle with. So anyway, enough jaw flapping. So the next thing we want to do is grab Frickley. What did I do with my Frickley? Let me just have a quick browse. What did I have to do with my Frickley? Did I put it in here? Let me just have a quick browse. No, it's not here. So it might be still under, if we go to, now I have to be careful now. Let me rather download Frickley off my website, because that way we can talk about it while it's busy downloading, So what we're going to do is you go to my website. I'll show you the process. There's my downloads. Okay, and then in downloads you have FS22 and FS19. So we're going to grab that, and then we're going to go to Frickley. We just want to find Frickley. This is all my maps, by the way. If you are interested in any maps I've made, there's the 2 kilometer start map, 4 kilometer start map, start map 4x with some extra stuff there. So that's a very nice start map to use if you go 4 kilometers. Did I not see Frickley here? Welcome to Frickley. Here we go. Frickley version 2. So Frickley is that map I was talking about. So you click on whatever you want and you click here, go to link. Now when you click on go to link, it will take you to Nexus Mods, which is my mod sharing server online. It's not my server, but I mean it's the one I use to share all my stuff. Very, very nice server. Trustworthy, no viruses or anything like that, guys. So don't be bothered with that. And you need to just register here with your email address. So just drop in your email address there, and I will just do mine. Okay, and then you can download the map here by manual. So you click on manual download, and you go to free slow download, and that should be all fine. And this is busy downloading. There you go. You see. All right. So while that is doing its thing, let's talk about this 4x map. So go back to mods. This one I'll leave open just for our Frickley. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our new map here, and we're going to have our donor map Frickley there. All right. So that just so that there's no confusion. But these will change as soon as I open it up. So there it is. So you can see. And lastly, we will change the name of the map. So it's not a bother at this moment. Then our map mod disk here, we can now put in here our version. So I'm going to call this version 1 for Frickley 4x. So I'm just going to change Frickley to Frickley 4x like that. And then we know which version it is, obviously. So that's our title for the map. Just want to see if there's another one. Yes, it's down here. So it'll just do the same here to it, like so. And 4x like that. So that is the first things we want to do on our new map. Describe your map here. We can put a description in there. I'll copy the description from the downloaded map, because that way it will all be fine. Selling station with train. Okay. Frickley doesn't have a train, guys. It doesn't have a train set up on it. I don't think I did. No, I didn't put a train on it, did I? I can't remember now. We'll see now when we bring it. But if we did put a train, we can obviously add the selling station train and all the stuff there, Good. All right, so next thing's up. So let us go to see how far this thing's got. Yeah, one thing you'll notice, my internet here is not very good. We are living in the sticks in South Africa, so we might always get the short end of the stick, as they say, So not very. It's supposed to download at least 2 meg, from what you call it, Nexus Mod. So just be patient with it. It will download, and it's not a very big download. I think it was 1.2 meg gig or something like that. Yeah, 1.3. There it is. So it will take a bit, So while that is going, let us carry on here and have a look at our new map. So first of all, we have got multi-fruit on this map already. So I've done that just to sort of have something extra for John. I can't remember if I put multi-fruit on Frickley. But anyway, he said that he's going to do his own additions. I must just do the sort of conversion for him to get it up to 4x scale. So first things, let's open up the i3D and have a browse what's going on in there. So you can see what the flat map looks like. And anyway, this is my 4x flat map. So we'll just wait for it to open. Always check your console, guys. That's something I always remind everyone about. Very important. Constantly check your console for everything that you've imported. After you import it, open your console and make sure there's no errors underneath, because then you can nip something in the bud quickly, you know, if there's something that is not in place, you know. All right, so the first thing I want to do is check if we've got a border on this. Can't remember map ends. Map ends is the stuff that your cars block your cars, you know, so that's not a border. You see, this is a map end. So this is just some bonuses that's on the map. I think on Frickley I do have map ends, so yes. So you can put these where your cars exit the map, you know, if there's a road that goes somewhere else. We've got the animal loading triggers. We've got splines for vehicles, the vehicle shop, trigger markers, map boundaries. Here we go. All right, so I've got map boundaries. Very wonderful, very wonderful. So I was going to click on it. There it is. Okay, so that is already set up on this 4X map. It's important to have the boundaries because if you don't have them, you're going to have a problem. But you'll see these boundaries are double. It's good to have doubles. They are just sort of a tiny bit out of synchronization with each other. So it's two, let me just go there, I'll show you. It's two boundaries actually sort of next to one another, which is quite good to have. So if you have a look at that's the one, and that's the other one. They should actually be like just apart from one another. Can't remember now. I don't really see a change there. But anyway, the boundaries are there. They are working. That is a good thing. The other thing I wanted to check, fields. I do have a field set up, so we're going to definitely work on that. So there's only one field. So we'll import the fields directly from the 2X map. So that is going to all change. And it's going to sit here in the square in the center of this, you know. We're going to have the 2X map. So all the outside is going to have to get new fields. All right, so we won't use this fields transform. So I'm not going to delete it now. I'll just leave it for now. We'll do that later on. Placeholders. We do have a placeholders, which is very important. I just want to have a look at my attributes. Attributes. Yeah, there's the placeholder script, which is important. You see the script here for the placeholders. That's all set and done. Okay, so all the basics are here, even the career start point, but we'll set that later in the game. It's not something important now. Great, so basically the map is set up for you to sort of get your own map going. All right, so next thing, how far is this thing downloaded? I think what I'm going to do, guys, I will pause the video here, and then we will come back to it once downloaded, because otherwise I don't want to burn more time on the video. So let's just wait for that to finish. Right, guys, so while we're waiting for the download to happen, let's talk a bit about the whole process. So the very first thing we want to do is to convert the terrain of the new map. So in order to do the terrain, if you open your data folder in the new map, you will see that the terrain is made up of everything in the data folder. So there's your weight files, your density files, there's the info layers, and then also your map dem. So that all of them together forms your basic terrain of the map. So we need to take all of this terrain stuff and convert them all into Frickley. So that is basically what we're going to do. Is we're going to start with all our weights first, because our weights is telling the map where what type of ground texture is. Now, all the weight files, I've explained that a lot of times to guys in the past, but I don't know if I've came across enough, to understand it fully. But if you take all the weights together, like everyone that says weight at the end of it, they all form one weight. So one weight, they all up together make one weight. So as you can see in my start map, I've painted the whole map with grass. So here at grass weight, you'll see the whole map is grass. Therefore, all the other weights will be empty. As you can see, there's nothing in the other weights. So I've painted the whole map with grass, and now they all is reflected in this one weight. Now, the moment I'm going to start painting animal mud, for instance, then animal mud will start having some texture on it, and grass will lose texture there where I've painted animal map. So the whole set of weights form one set of weights, which is the terrain layer. It's a thin little film that will show the ground texture. So all the weights work together for one layer of ground texture. They're not all one on their own. So animal mud on their own can't work. So it's very important to take Frickley's weights and make sure that I have every weight that is in Frickley I have in this weight setup. Otherwise, what's going to happen is if I lose one of the weights from Frickley, I'm going to have an error in the weights, and there will be funny stuff on that spot where that weight wasn't, So, and the moment when you save your map, stuff goes horribly wrong if you don't have all the weights in. So it's very important to have the full set of weights of Frickley converted into these weights. So what I normally do, if a weight, for instance, say animal mud. Now I know animal mud is normally on almost every map, So if I don't have animal mud on this map, for instance, and it is on Frickley, I can convert the Frickley's animal mud into whatever is in here, or I can add animal mud to this map, the new map. So that way I can take the Frickley animal mud and put it in there. Grasses, for instance, on this, I've got a few grasses. I've got normal grass, then I've got grass dry, I've got grass dry patchy, and I've got, so I've got three sets of grass here, for instance. So I can take whatever grasses is on Frickley and I can put it into, for instance, grass dry if I want a different grass on the map, because grass dry will be looking different than normal grass, so that type of thing. So I can take a weight and put it into another weight, but just know that you're going to get the new weights, whatever that texture is. And anyway, I try to normally keep everything the same, because if you want grass, if you've got grass on Frickley, you want grass on the new map, so that is just stuff. And there is some weights that you can convert, which is sometimes, like, for instance, these mountain rocks. There's two mountain rocks on this map, Mountain Rock and Mountain Rock Dark. So if Frickley has got Mountain Rock Light, for instance, I can put Mountain Rock Light into Mountain Rock, because it's probably going to be close to each other, the texture. So that is a way of getting rid of it, or you can just add the correct weight to it. Now we will get to that when we start doing the process, how we're going to add weights and add new textures. So that is actually a very simple process. I do that a lot when I convert maps, and I always, 99% of the time, use the in-game textures, because there's 3 maps with different textures. They all got different textures, so it's very nice. You've got a host of textures in the 3 maps. It's more than 30 textures, to choose from. So something is going to be similar to what you've got already in the old map, If, look, Frickley is already a FS22 map. I'm talking now if you bring something in from FS19. Remember, FS19 has got totally different ground textures and stuff. So it's best to use the in-game ones that's already there and just put something similar in its place, And if what's similar is a tiny bit out of what you like, just modify the ground texture, I've got videos on how to modify ground texture, so have a look at that. If you're not happy with the texture, make it a little bit lighter, give it some more hue or whatever, and get the right glow for it and whatever you like. Just modify it to your liking, That's what I normally do. I've done that with which map was that? It was the Durango I've done. The bushes were, Durango's got like very dry bushes, So I had to modify the bushes, the normal in-game bushes, give it a sort of a drier look, So I've done that on the Durango map conversion. If you want to have a look how I've done that, just check the series. It's on my YouTube channel under map converting. It's on the playlist, map conversion playlist. So just have a look for that playlist. In there's the whole Durango series, So yeah, very handy stuff to check out. Right guys, our map is finally downloaded. There it is. I've extracted it from the download. Always important, all my mods in Nexus is in a zip format, so you have to unzip it to get to the map. And then now for our purpose I need to unzip the map as well, because we can't work with a zipped map. So here it is. So this now is our Frickley map from FS22. So what we're going to do is go into its data folder here, and here you can see it's a total different setup than what we currently have. Alright, so in here we have our data folder here, and there it is. I've played a bit with this, so what I'm going to do is just fix first. I've just done a test, guys. I need to quickly fix this, because otherwise, if I don't fix it now, I just want to remove that one there, save it up, so we can have the correct weight. Okay, what I've done is I've just run a test on the weight file conversion. If it's still the same, then I've made videos previously on how to convert weights. Everything is still the same. So yeah, just done a test on that. So I just want to fix my test so we don't have a mess up here. There it is. Okay, so animal muds. Alright, so first of all, animal mud, there's 4 of them. You can see animal mud 01 to animal mud 04, and you can see they've got quite a bit of textures running for animal mud so on the map. So here we go. We're going to start the conversion process. So first of all, just open this one in GIMP. So that wasn't GIMP. I must actually, for this video's sake, just open with, choose another app, and then select GIMP and say always. Alright, just for this video's sake, because I don't normally use GIMP to edit my PNG files, but in this case, for the video, I don't want to go open with every time, you know. So there we go. And then we open the other one as well. So data, animal mud 01. Now I can just double click it, you see, and it will open in GIMP. Oh, it should actually open in GIMP. Let's just see if it does. Is it open already? Yes, it is. And there it is, guys. So what we do now is take a look at this. This is 2048 and this one is 4096. So in GIMP it's so easy. That's why I say use GIMP if you want to do this process. So select this. All you do, don't click anywhere. Just go Control and C for copy. Go this side, Control and V for paste. That's all you do, nothing else. Alright, and then the only thing else to do is File. Then we're going to go Export As, and we're going to overwrite the image on the normal weight here. So you'll see immediately all the other weights still look like this, and now we're working with animal mud 01. So we're going to select that one and just click Export and Replace, and the next screen that comes up, don't change anything, just click Export. And there you go. That first one is done. So what we've got now, if I close and say discard changes, if I go now back to here, we've got a 4096 with the 2048 in the center. Can you see? So we need to do that to every weight file that's in the new map, using every weight file in this, not skipping one weight. Remember I told you earlier on that every weight is important. Obviously, like for instance gravel alpine, if you look at gravel alpine, if I open this up, it should be blank, because I don't think there's any gravel alpine on the map. So those ones you can skip. It doesn't need to be sort of added. So you leave that one as is. Remember, this map here has got its set of weights. So you don't want to change the format of its weight setup. So just leave the set of weights as is. If you need to add, if we need to add, I will show you how to add. Oh, sorry, this map I'm talking. This map, well, every map has got its own weights, you know. So don't change the weight format, because then you're going to have a problem. As long as you use the new map's weights, and make sure that every weight in the old map is brought over, you will have the terrain on the new map, you know. So because the blank ones stay blank, and the ones with the info on it gets the info, you know. And altogether, if you've got all the old map stuff in the new map, it will form the terrain properly, because this terrain is already set up on all these weights, you know. So If you want to add a weight, you're going to have to add a blank weight first of all and then put the data in it, that type of thing. But anyway, so this process, I'm just going to rinse and repeat. So animal mud, the next one, I can double click that. And I can go back into here to data, animal mud 02, double click that, back to GIMP, and then select it here on top, click on it, Control C, click on it, Control V for Victor, and file, export. Don't use save, use export, guys, to overwrite. Alright, so animal mud 02, you see I am in my folder in data, so I'm just overwriting the animal mud 02, export, replace, and export. And there you go. All done. Click, discard, done. So now if I go there, I've got 2 of them. You see, so very nice. So we're going to take this whole process. I'm just going to go through all these weights. If I find one that I need to change, let's just have a look at grass 01. Remember now, this now is conflicting with this. Can you see it? Because there's animal mud here, but there's no animal mud removed, or there's no grass removed here where the animal mud is. So we have to be cautious of grass 01. What I will suggest, guys, before you start the whole process, go onto this new map, open it up, remove all the grass so that it's also a blank weight. But what I want to do is check here if I've got grass. I've taken grass, I've got grass 01, you see, so it won't matter. We're going to have to add grass alpine to the map, so we're going to get to that process. Maybe I should show you that now. So grass 01, let's just do finish with animal mud, and then we will get to that grass. So luckily we have grass there on the old map. So that one, and then we go here, mud 3. Just want to do this four of them, and then we can Control C, come back here, Control V, and then we go File, Export As, and then Export, Replace, and Export, and there it is. And now we close that up, discard changes, open the last one. I'm going to go in here, the last one, go in here. This should now be number 4, and this is number 4. So always just keep track of where you are, not pasting and doing the wrong things, Export as, number 4, there, it's right, export, replace, and then wait for it to carry on. And there we go, all our animal muds are done. Can you believe it? Now let's do the grasses. So the grasses are the same, so we're going to open grass, go this way, open grass 01. So I'm just jumping ahead, guys. These I'll do on my own time. It's the same process over. So I want to just make sure that we have everything covered. So this grass 01. All right. So what we're going to do is copy this. Click there, paste it, like so. And that's not going to work. You see, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Okay, so we can't do that. It's a good thing I tried this, So, yeah. Easy peasy to fix, guys. So let's go in here. Easy peasy to fix. So I'm going to go Control or just Shift copy those just temporarily. Let me go to another folder, desktop. Work to do, John. I'm just going to drop them in my Frickley folder here for now. So I've got a copy of those, so I don't have to redo them. And then what we're going to do is, like I said, before you start, just go into the map, blank all the weights. So make sure that you take the weights that has got stuff on it to blank them, so so that you don't have issues. So what we want to do now, just want to make sure, once again, if you've done changes stuff, make sure, incorrect format. What's this now? Animal mud 01. Must be 8-bit single channel. Why did I get that now? 8-bit single channel. So there's a problem in my my exporting, guys. So it must be 8-bit single channel. I know it should be 8-bit, but I set auto there when I exported. So let's just first fix that now. It's something very important. So there has been a change. So I don't know how. I have tested it and it didn't give me any errors. So for some reason our process is now different. So let's have a look again. Just be sure. So we're going to take Animal Mud 01, 8-bit single channel. It is 8-bit grayscale, one layer. It is single channel. So what is the story? Export as over itself. Export, replace it, yes. And then automatic 8-bit. Is it now RPG or is it grey? You see, grayscale with sRGB. I think it should be grey, if I'm correct. Let's give it a test. High compression level from small size. Let's just check it out. Export. So that was now our first one. So I'm going to leave this open so we can just come back to it every time and check. Test and test and test. So now we should, if all is well, we should have errors, 3 errors, not 4. If the first one was correct. So that's why I say just verify every time. Check your console, guys, just to be sure that you don't do like 2 hours of work and then, oh my word, here's an error, and then you've done all of them together. Yes, you see. All right. So 8-bit single channel. So all we do is just overwrite those. So there's a tip for you guys. Back there, data. Let's do all 3 of the rest. So there you go. Open it up. So you can't use the auto. Sorry for that, guys. I did test it, like I say, but for some reason, yeah, it didn't work. I just want to close this up because now I've got stuff open there that shouldn't be open. Right. So file, export as, overwrite itself, export, replace, and then in here, instead of automatic, go to 8-bit gray. Guys, make sure it's 8 BPC gray and just click export. That should be fine. Close up. Next one. So now that we know that is the format, so file, export as, and then down to 3. That should be overwrite itself. Replace. Just here 8-bit gray. Export. Close. And number 4. Now when this is done, we should be happy chappies. So file, export as, export, replace, and then instead of automatic, 8-bit gray. Right, export. Now we should be happy. So let's just have a check. Data, and then sorry, I want to open the i3D. My mind is thinking ahead. 5 steps and trying to keep up. Okay, guys. So let's have a check on the console. We want to see no errors now, except for that one cut stuff. I can actually show you how to fix that too. But our thing now is with the. You see this foliage load one mesh cut. That one. It's just a warning, guys. It says the foliage load 1 mesh meadow cut is much larger than mesh lot 0. That's the only error that's in game that I know how to fix, and I can show you how to fix it if you want to. Maybe I should. I don't know. Should I save? No. Oh, what we wanted to do here, I'm losing track now, guys, is come and blank, first of all, the animal mud. All right, because there's no animal mud on the map, and we want to blank out the grass. All right, so let's first do the animal mud. It is selected, texture layer. We're at 2500 and we want to go square, and we go here and we just with our right mouse button subtract. Oh, that's the one thing in FS22 that they haven't fixed, is they haven't fixed that you can subtract textures, ground textures. You can do it with foliage, but not with ground textures for some reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to overwrite the animal mud with grass. So we're going to just go grass and do that. So there has to be some texture. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. How can I put no texture? That is going to be weird. So it's very simple, guys. Very simple. All right, just leave it as is. Save it. So we're back to our blank map, like so. So exporting, there you go. So if we go back now to our data, we should have blank animal muds now. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the 4 grasses and replace it with blank, what do you call it, weight files. So we take the first blank ones we know that are blank, and I'm just going to hold my control, drag it, and just say copy. So now we have 4 blank copies. And all we do now is we take the name here, so we click once on the texture, click once on the name, and it will highlight the name for you. Press Ctrl and C for Charlie. We go to the first animal mud one copy, the one that says copy 01. Do the same there, paste the name. Oh, I forgot. I must just escape. First, once you've copied the name, you delete the weight. All right, so then we're going to rename this one to grass 1. Okay, so that will make it black, grass 1, you see. So now we're going to do grass 2, copy, click, delete, animal mud 2, copy, paste, right, there you go. Grass 3, copy, click, delete, animal mud 3, copy, click, paste. Right, and then the last one, click, copy, click, delete, and copy 4, control, paste. Alright, so there you go. So now we have our blank animal muds, our blank grass, and what we can do now, just come here, copy our already converted ones. I'm going to just cut them now, drop them in here, Control V, overwrite them. So in your case, you probably didn't have to go through this process, but from the start, just make sure all your blanks, your weights are blank. In my case, with the start map, obviously I had grass all over. But for this process, because we are putting the new weight inside, if you were doing a map conversion, it will overwrite the whole weight for you, so it won't be a problem. But in our case, I can't have grass on the outside, it's going to look horrible. So we do that. All right, so now we can do the grasses, guys. So we're going to go grass here. Click there, grass 1. Okay, and then go to GIMP, and that's our grasses. So Control C in there, Control V, and there's our grass file. Export as, overwrite itself, export, replace. And then just make sure we select the 8-bit gray. That's basically it. Export. Good, man. And now we're going to go into grass 2. In there, grass 2. Open it up with GIMP. There it is. So we take grass, Control C, grass, Control V. And this is our 4096, so we paste it inside. And while we're on the 4096, we export as, overwrite itself, replace, and then select gray, 8-bit gray, export. 8-bit grayscale. Okay, good stuff. I think that is working all good. So I'm going to do the last one, or the previous, or the second last one. Grass 3 into GIMP. click there, Control C, click there, Control V, file export as overwrite itself, replace, and then rinse and repeat. That's basically the whole sort of game, you know. So I'm just going to not do all of them while wasting video time. I'm just going to do the last one here. Grass 4. Wait, it's blank now. Should be blank. Click here. Control C. Click here. Control V. And then file. Export as. Export over itself. And there we are, still there, and grey, and export, and we're all done with those. Alright, so that's our 4 grasses now done. Now let's go to grass alpine. I'm going to show you how to add an alpine now. So we've got 4 grass alpines, which is very nice and handy. So what we're going to do is take 4 blank weights once again. So if you don't have 4 blank weights, just go into your map, copy any of the, like I've done just before. So I'm going to just grab 4 blanks like that, drag them over, hold control, and drop them in there. So there we've got 4 blank weights. So now we're going to go to our donor map and find our grass alpine. So first things first, copy C, come over here to our dirt 01, Control V, there you go. So now we've got a grass alpine, the first one. So now what we can do, it's actually just the numbers that change. So to save time, you don't have to go back and whatever. So we're going to go to copy 02, paste it in there, just change that to a 2, there you go. Find 3, rough dirt, copy, sorry, paste it in there first, and then alpine 3, and then copy, click there, Control V, and change the name to 4. You see, so there's our 4 grass alpines now. But remember, they're going to be now, let me just have a look now. They are 4096, yes, because I've copied from this side. So don't copy from that map, because that's 2048. You don't want 2048, you want 4096s. So there's our 4 grass alpines. So we're going to do the same thing there with them. Open up, click here, grass alpine 01, open up. Right, so we've got this one here, 2048, grass alpine 01, and this one, grass alpine 01, which is 4096. So click Control C, click Control V, and file. My mouse is going onto the other screen. Export as export overwrite and grey. Okay, so now we've got all those done. Now, very important, guys, we cannot, unfortunately, do any changes in the i3D at the moment. Now, you can't open your map until you've done all the weights, finished adding all the weights, because once you've once you've opened and saved the map, it will combine all the weights as one, and you will have a big mess if you haven't got all the weights in it. All right, so bear that in mind. It's once you've started this process, you can't interrupt it by opening the map and saving the map. So it is something to keep in mind. So grass 2, let's do grass 2. There's grass 2. Click Control C, click Control V, file, export as, export replace. And so once we've done this, I'm going to quickly go here. I just want to finish this 4. Once we finish the 4, we can quickly show you the rest. So there's our third one, and grass 3, grass alpine 3. Oh, sorry, I'm waiting for it to open. It's probably already open. Oh my word. Control V, file, export as, export replace, and then grey, 8-bit grey, export. Okay, close, discard, and then lastly, and then here, lastly, and then here, click here, Control C, click here, Control V, file, export as, export, and then replace. And last one, gray, 8-bit gray export. Okay, so now we have now grass alpine in our map, which is currently not in the i3D. So we're going to have to add it. Now I'm going to show you how to add it without opening the map. This is very important because you can add it without opening the map. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to go in here in our new map. Open up the i3D, right click, edit with notepad. We want to reload it, yes, because it was actually open and we have done changes earlier on with the mud, you know, so yeah, that will obviously, every time you save, it will obviously update if you keep it open or want to update. All right, so first things first is we're going to find one of our weight files. First thing, there's weight files. Let me take you through the whole process. It's going to take a bit of time, so just bear with me. So all we're going to type in here is weight. There's a weight file. All right, so animal mud. So once again, let's copy the 4 animal muds. So there's 4 weight files. Control C, and those ones we've already added now to our thing. So I'm going to go up here, open a new line. Very important to go under files, not above files. So under files, press home. Make a few gaps here. Press home again, Control and V. Alright, like that. These are 4 weights for animal mud. So now we can just go into our folder once again. Go into data. Grab our grass alpine 01. Copy that. And once again, it's just the only change is the number. So I can, instead of coming back to copy each one, I can just override the first one, Control V, like so. Overwrite, double click, overwrite, double click, overwrite, double click, overwrite, and then just come and change 2, that one to 3, and that one to 4. So that's very nice of the weights, you can do it like that. Now, very important guys, this file ID has already been used. So what we want to do is click there, for instance, and then we add 3 zeros. So 4,000, because we know there's not going to be 4,000 file IDs in the map, you know. So add 3 zeros, add 3 zeros, and add 3 zeros, because it needs to be unique. You need to have a unique file ID. It can't clash with any other one here. You're going to have an error in your map. Okay, if you do that. All right, so data, grass alpine, the 4 weights are added. Okay, so now back to, we've used mud. We've used mud, so keep that in mind. We've used mud. Find weight. Animal mud. All right, so there it is. So we've used the animal mud 01 weight. Okay, so it's file ID 4. So we're going to copy file ID 4 like that. Control C. Sorry, no, we need to add now the texture for grass alpine. So that's the next one. Sorry, I'm running ahead. So let's go grass alpine. What have I copied now here? I've copied file ID 4 already. So I want to find now, sorry, file ID 4. I want to find animal mud. So let's just go animal mud, Control C. Control V. It's actually easy to find it, but we're already at the layer, so it can't be there. Animal mud. So where's the texture for it? There it is. Okay, there need to be 8 texture files. All right, so we're going to find animal mud. There it is. So just find the texture files for animal mud. So we're going to copy all 8 of them. There's 8 of them, so there's 2 sets, or one set, a diffuse and a normal, and then number 2, diffuse and normal, 3, diffuse and normal. So we're going to copy that, the whole line, bring it up here to the top, underneath our current setup there, paste it in there. Just want to make that nice. And then once again, add zeros, 3 zeros to each of these numbers, very important. I'm actually doing this the wrong way, guys. Let me, quickly open, because I know grass alpine is in the alpine map. Let's just take a shortcut, man. Let's just take a shortcut. Open Farming Simulator 22 installation, wherever yours is. Go data, maps, map alpine, because I know that is in there. Right click the i3D, open edit with notepad. Right, so let's open that i3D, and now we're going to find grass alpine here. I think I've already got that grass alpine. No, I don't have. So grass alpine. So let's just find grass alpine. So that's backwards. So we need forward. There it is. So we've got eight weights here for grass alpine that's already routed to grass alpine, which is nice. So let's copy these rather. Okay, keep them in order. So 3, 4. So that's the weight. Sorry, man. Let's copy the weights over. The file ID is very important. So let's use these file IDs to make it simple, guys. So what we're going to do is just overwrite the existing ones we've got there. Data grass alpine. Yeah, let's do that. Overwrite these 4, Control V, and then add the zeros there. I'll show you now why the IDs are important. And then obviously these are not located on the in-game. It's located in my data folder. So we just fix this again. Sorry guys, my dogs has suddenly started playing here, fiddling around here under the table. And now let's copy from here the actual alpine textures, because they're already routed. We want the directory for them, so we need 8 of them. There they are, 8 of them. I'm just saving myself a lot of work, because otherwise you have to come and type in all the texture, the directories and all that. They are already at the right directories. Control C. So map alpine, so override these like that, and then add the zeros. In this case, I can add 2 zeros, not 3. You can add 3, doesn't really matter. I just want a unique ID, that's all. I know for a fact, if I scroll through my IDs here, I know for a fact it doesn't go over 1,000, all 3 digits, you know, so you can verify yours to make sure, whatever, so that you've got a unique ID here. Alright, grass alpine and grass alpine. So that's the 2 things we want. And now back to this. And we're going to go next. Grass alpine cut. That's not what we want. We want to go now to this one here, the layer. So this is in your scene, in your layers. So this is part of your terrain transform group. So this is the actual terrain, guys. So we want to copy the 4 grass alpines that are in here. That's 4 of them. Control C, bring it over, back into our map. So I'm going to type in here multi-lay. You can type in something else there. It doesn't really matter. I just know if you scroll up from there, you'll find your layers up here. There it is. So at the bottom of the layer, find the last layer. Go there to the end. Hit enter a few times. Press the home button. And then paste your copied ones in there. Now it is very important. The name is there. The detail map is your diffuse. And the normal map is your normal map. That's your 8 textures here that we've added. And then you've got your 4 weight files. And you see the IDs? If I now just add the zeros here to these, the IDs are already correct. So all you need to do is make sure that you've got the same ID here as at the file. Because that's the file IDs, you know. So make sure that you've added the same zeros and whatever, so that the numbers are the same. I will show you now. So that's the 3 things we want there. And now the texture is actually already added, but we still have the multi-layer thing to add. All right, so that is now, if you now look at weight map ID 6100, that's for Alpine 4. If I now go to the top, you'll see weight ID, it's 6100 for Alpine 04. You see, so that is important. So these IDs are actually these ones that they call here at the terrain layer. All right, so there you've got them all sorted now. Leave the rest as is. Now just at the multi-layer, the combined layer, you'll see we've got a combined layer for that. So we copy that line, the last one, enter, home, and paste it. So we do a duplicate. So all we do now is grab our name, name this grass alpine, and it must be in caps here for some reason. So grass alpine, grass alpine, like that. So it must be a unique name. So if you double click it, you mustn't see another one here in the combined layer. All right, and then all we need to have is this 4 layers that we've added here on top. So just grab the first name, Control C, and once again these names are the same. It's just the numbers that change. So we're going to go to our first one here, double click, paste it there, double click, paste it there, double click, paste it there, double click, paste it there. You see, so there. So all we need to do now is find this one, make it number 2, this one number 3, and this one number 4. Great. Leave the rest as is. And believe it or not, guys, now we've added grass alpine to our map. I can actually show you by opening the map but not saving it. So you can verify anything that you've done, but just do not save your map, guys, because it will be a big mess if you save it. All right, so let's just open it and verify that we have grass alpine as a texture now. And obviously without errors. That's the main thing. So first things first, once again, before you do anything else. What have I opened now? I've opened the wrong map. Oh my word. And then I've gone and closed all my folders. Oh my golly gosh. I wanted to open this i3D. Not that one. And then this one we wanted to take to desktop to do John. And there's Frickley. Alright, so there's our Frickley maps, map alpine data. That's where we were. Okay. Anyway, so this is now probably ready. And you can already see our terrain is coming on nicely. Just do not save, guys. I can't say that once enough. Before you haven't finished all the terrain stuff, do not save. Incorrect format. Animal mud weight. Mud 01 weight. What happened there now? Why is it saying it's the incorrect format? Once again, something has gone wrong with our animal mud, so we're just going to open that up and resave it. I can't remember now what we've done to that, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Data animal mud 01 weight, incorrect 8-bit channel. So there you go. So what we wanted to verify is that we now have a thing here called grass alpine. It should arrive at the bottom of the list. There it is. You see, so we have grass alpine added to the map successfully. So now close without saving. For some reason, our animal mud is giving us grey hairs. So I don't know why, but let's just open it up once again. Just resave it over itself. I don't know what we've done, but anyway, file, export as, animal mud, export, replace. For some reason, you know what? We copied it out and we just placed them back. It was probably the wrong format that we've done. All right, so with the auto, remember in the beginning we did the auto. That's probably what happened. So anyway, export, close up. Open up, just do all of them quickly, and file, export as, replace it just to be sure. 8-bit grey, export. Number 3, and this is a sort of a process of rinse and repeat, guys. So a lot of this work is rinse and repeat. Automatic picture, 8-bit grey, export. And lastly, and then we can just verify, because I like to be methodical, you know. If there's a problem, fix the problem while you're at it. Don't leave it for later, because later on you're just going to have more and more and more stuff to fix, you know. So fix the thing while you're busy with it. So there you go. Now we can go back and just verify if they are now happy with our animal muds. Otherwise, we'll just replace the whole texture with a blank one and put a new animal mud in from Frickley, just to be sure. So once this is open, we can have a check. There it is. Boop. Console. Bring it up. Boop. Yeah, baby. That's the way it should be. All right. Good stuff. No errors. All good. Lastly, guys, I think that's enough info for one video. I'm going to carry on with it on the second episode, but before I go, let me show you how to fix this annoying warning. It says here Meadow. That's a tip. The Meadow is larger than the mesh. Okay, so let's quickly fix that up before I go. And once again, do not save. Just close the map. Don't save the map. So all we're going to do is open the i3D once again. This now is the map Alpine. I'm going to leave this open in case I need to add another texture, you know, so leave it open. But in here, we're going to now go to the right to the top, and this stuff will rearrange itself the moment you save, guys. So don't worry if you have like 1,000 things in here added. Like once you've saved the map, all of this is going to be reassigned, new IDs, and it's going to all fall into its proper place in the i3D, you know, so don't worry about it. So Control F. And we're going to type in here Meadow. It shouldn't be caps lock, but anyway, we found it. Now, you can see this map calls Meadow US from the data foliage directory. So let's go there to data foliage. So I'm going to open the in-game installation once again. So mine is Steam Maps Farming Simulator 22 data foliage, and then deco foliage, I think. Is it deco foliage? Meadow, sorry, Meadow. Not deco foliage, Meadow. So find M for Meadow. And you've got Meadow DLC, and you've got Meadow US is the one it's calling. So what I normally do is I just go to Meadow DLC, which is another one of the Meadow, and then there's the French. So I changed that one from US to DLC. So all I do is here copy the name, Control C, and remember the cases is always the thing. That's why I always just copy the name, because case sensitive. Giants has got the thing about case. I don't know why they are so sad with cases. Everything has to be the correct case, you know. I mean, is it really necessary? I don't know. But anyway, Meadow DLC. So there you go. Save it up. All right, like that. Open up the map, and let's just quickly verify if that error is now sorted. I've done it this in the past. It does change your Meadow from US. Meadow US has got a few different flowers and stuff than that, but you can add another Meadow if you want. So you can have two Meadows. You can have Meadow US and you can have Meadow DLC, so it doesn't really matter. And there you go, guys, all sorted. As you can see, no more error of some cut whatever, and the mesh is larger than whatever. Although that's just a warning, it's not an error, guys. So don't get confused with errors and warnings. Warnings are just something that it's warning you about, and there is quite a bit of warnings in the base game. So there is some warnings about this stuff is far out of range or whatever. So that is stuff that you can't fix. Just don't bother with it. Never try and fix that. But this one I know you can fix by just doing that, and everyone is happy. So there's one less warning. Great, man. Well, guys, I hope it's been insightful. I hope it's been fun. To me, I love it. So it's been really a big pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe. And a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters, guys. If you're not part of my Patreon, do consider blessing me and helping my channel by subscribing to my Patreon. Even if it's just for $1 a month, it all helps. It doesn't matter. Whatever is in your heart to bless me with, do get around to it. Thanks so much, guys. Have a wonderful, awesome day. I'll catch you on the next one. Bless you. Cheers.